in that moment, I didn't want to build this. I was over it. I was ready to sell everything. Oh my God, my doggy's going to knock over the camera. Spike, how you doing? Nice to see you today. Thought I'd quickly jump in here and show Get Up to Speed. I think this is Shed Build Series episode. G'day guys and girls, Kieran French here, back with Shed Build Series episode 6. This one, as you can probably see, I'm currently sitting on a couch with the car behind me. This one is pretty much talking about what happened. I know you guys and girls who have been currently watching, I have been trying to work out how everything sort of happened with the Flick U build and everything came about, I guess. So as I currently sit, the car is ready for primer, so I'm well in front of what you guys are currently seeing. You're probably seeing my Instagram and my TikToks, but we are gonna scooch on back a little bit and we are going to talk about actually what happened with the car, and this is how I set my car on fire. I was very reluctant to talk about this, as it was, I don't know, it was my fault. It all comes down to how everything sort of worked out. I was very lucky that myself and my dad and my house and everything else here was salvageable. It could have been a lot worse, and I sort of don't know how to really start it off, but I'll try my best. As you all know, the previous episode, you probably saw the roof is quite rusted out and needs some major work done to it, which is what we were doing. Dad was there with me and I was cutting out, tacking in parts that needed to be done for the car, so the car is in better condition as before it was what it was. I'd cut out a heap of section through the left hand side of the roof and I was slowly tacking in, and at that stage I was selling my partner's wheels and I said, yeah, no worries, we'll try and sell them for you. One thing I must say, I try not to multitask, but this time around I did, and it was the stupidest thing I ever did. So I had just done like pretty much 3 or 4 tacks into the car to hold this piece in place. At that stage, a guy just pulled up to buy some wheels, so I was in and out of the front yard, or this area here, you can see behind me, into the front yard. I had just spoken to him and he said, is it possible I could try the wheels on? And I was like, are you fucking serious? I said, yeah, I guess so. And that sort of annoyed me. I walked back in and I spoke to Dad, and Dad's like, what's going on? And normally my dad and I, we, as most parents and kids, family members, we fight. And I said to him, just hang there for a bit. I don't think it's gonna be long. It'll be all right. So I walked outside to see the guy jack his car up and tried one of the wheels. And by that time I could hear Dad screaming, but I wasn't sure what was going on. I'd come back and all I heard was fire, call the fire brigade, this is fucked, we're done, fucking nah. So I ran inside, opened the door, the slide door, and I realized that pretty much the car is in the flames. I know when I'm talking about flames, you can probably just see behind me, this is a carport, and I mean, the flames are that high, it's licking the roof. So at that stage, I was like, fuck, what am I doing here? And I quickly ran outside, and lucky enough, I had the hose that was there, so I grabbed the hose, I'd run back inside, and I had it on full bolt, gave it to Dad. I opened the front door up, which I think pretty much made it a lot worse, and I let the airflow come through in and pretty much grabbed it from the front and threw it all the way to the back. Along with that, I'd run back through the smoke where my neighbours had heard us screaming, and they had actually called the fire brigade, and I'd run through. I tried to grab all I had my dog Spike and my dad's dog here, and I tried to grab them, and I've got a fence here so they can't get out, so I put them through there, grabbed a hose, and I've come back out, and Dad and I are within like this close, like close enough so we can touch the car, and we're trying to put the fire out. At this stage, I've already pretty much lost everything in the car, and that was like seconds of it being ignited, the flames hitting to pretty much like just ripping through the car, and then by the time we'd grabbed a hose, everything was gone. And all it came down to in the end, so the fire brigade came and my neighbours had asked if I was all right and if we were all right, and the fire brigades checked the car over and see if there was anything that needed to be put out, and I just said do what they had to do. So I'm very grateful that Baxter Fire Brigade, which is where I sort of live, they came within like minutes and they were here to help. And Dad and I were like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. It's in a shit position really, and I'm not sure really what to do now. We sat there for a bit and really pondered about life and what just happened. I was like, fuck, well, I've spent all this time on this car, all this money on this shit, and I can't let it go to waste. Like, I enjoy forward driving, I enjoy camping, and I enjoy sitting in front of this camera with my dog and stuff, talking to you guys. I have to keep going on with it. I can't let it go. So a couple of hours pass and we rechecked the car over. At that moment, when we checked the car, I don't know, someone must have been watching us, I guess. And this is what I mean, a lapse in judgment was the major thing that sort of happened with us. And we've built cars before, like I've built a mini truck, Dad's built hot rods, And the stuff that we're doing here is, I wouldn't say is a major work, like stuff that we know we can deal with pretty quickly, but it just took off. And what had happened was a spark or amber or flint, whatever, went down the D pillar, traveled down the D pillar. I'll get a video up and you guys can see where I'm coming from. Down the D pillar, and it actually ignited the seat belt. So I had the window out, you guys could see that in the previous video. So I could see down, and I thought it was the roof lining that had caught, but it actually was the seat belt. For something that's supposed to save our lives, how am I supposed to know the seat belt's gonna go up? No way. And that's what started it. It pretty much, it fell down the pillar, which we'd never seen because it's obviously hollow, caught the seat belt light, and then it went up. It went up the side of the pillar and fucking took everything out. Took the roof out, and then once the roof took out, it fell down onto the seats, the carpet, and then it was just like a hay bale because it was so dry in the car. It just took everything. And it was just black soot smoke, and that was sort of pretty much it. But the thing about that was, I had 5 butane cans in the back of the car. And when I say butane cans or gas cooker bottles, whatever you want to call it, the little ones that you put into your gas little stoves you got when you go away, I had 5 of them in the back, and somehow that didn't go up. And then there's also, this is a TB, so this is petrol, so petrol didn't go up. Dad and I were like scratching our heads going, fucking hell, this could have been a lot worse than what had happened. We were lucky, I mean super lucky. Like really, if one of those things gone up, this would have been like a bomb gone off. I would have lost this, I would have lost that, and I would have lost my life along with Dad's life. Like, I just sort of can't explain how quickly something went wrong. I really hope to God that it never happens to anyone else. And I very much learnt a massive lesson, how fast fires can sort of take off. And I guess I got a little PTSD or whatever you call it from fires at the moment. I'm a bit antsy around them because it's a big fire. And like the fire brigade said, he said to me, mate, cars go up and you let them go. I wasn't letting my house and my cars and everything else go with it, no fucking way. This is a lesson to anyone that is currently watching, how quickly something can start. And then obviously everything else after that sort of just snowballed, and trying to show how a lapse in judgment can be caused a major issue. Now I'm in a position where I am currently rebuilding the car, and I have some fantastic people that have reached out and want to help me, and I'm super surprised that there is still some genuine people out there that actually are kind enough to lend a hand, and I can't thank them enough. In that moment, well, I didn't want to build this. I was over it. I was ready to sell everything. I was ready to just be like the everyday person, come home, have my dinner, watch a TV show and go to bed. Ready to just call it quits, sell everything I have, just do nothing, go to work, save my money for a trip overseas and come back. But I can see a goal and a future goal for me, and I really want to continue with this build. And as you guys are currently seeing, I would love to continue on doing this kind of stuff, talking to you guys, content, creating content, getting better, and maybe one day making a full-time gig out of this. I have no idea. But this is going to be, I guess, the first major piece of restoration I've done that's been captured on camera, because obviously I have built a mini truck before, and that's something that I never captured. I never really knew about Instagram and like YouTube and all that stuff, and that was in 2010. I really wish I started it then, because I had a passion for cameras and photos. So here I am now, back to square one. I am in a position where I have the car in bare metal. We have the gutters all done, all the fabrication work done. You probably see me doing some stuff with some bar work and some little things here and there, and hopefully in the next couple of days, and this will be, I think, the next couple of weeks for you guys, I'll have this in primer, all done and dusted, and then we will take in the car to my first event, and I'm very keen for that one. It is Car Builders. They have a show and shine coffee day, and I will be taking the car there for you guys to see that you can still create something from a fucking shit situation. So I'm still here. I'm grateful to still be here. I'm grateful for all the people that have helped me, and I didn't want to put my hand out for any help because this is my fault. I know I am to blame, and I can't blame anyone else other than myself. Probably asking some questions. I did sort of do them on TikTok, but the main one was, do you have a fire extinguisher? Yeah, I did, in the back of the car. I wasn't putting my hand in there, no fucking way. But I do have some bigger ones now. And it's just like little things like, did I have insurance? No, I don't have insurance on this car because I don't drive it. I don't even remember the last time I drove it, and I just work on it whenever I can, and we go away, I don't know, very sparingly. So yes, the car will have insurance on it when I have the car on the road. The next one will be will the car be engineered? Yes, I'll try my best to get the car engineered if I can, with all the stuff that I've been doing. And then yeah, fully resprayed and hopefully looking like a car that isn't, or looking like I've just found it in a barn. It's a scary thing. Like, I wouldn't want this to happen to anyone in a million years. I will be creating some pretty cool things. It's been a big learning curve, and hopefully I can finish it off. I am very nervous to see or hear what other people have to say, but then again, I'm not building it for you guys, or I'm building it for myself. If someone likes it, then it's going to make me happy. If someone doesn't like it, well, that's too bad for them. I'm building this for me, so I can take this rat, my dog out, and my partner, and start doing some bigger and larger trips in a capable car where we can go by ourselves. A very long-winded episode, this one, but yes, I did burn down my car. I don't really know what else to tell you, unless if there is anything that you guys think you want to know about, or you want to talk about, shoot me a comment or a DM. And talking about DMs, the amount of people, there still are some awesome people out there that wanted to help me with this fucking piece of shit behind me. I am so much grateful for you guys. And if I do get to see you out on a track or at a show or whatever, please come up to me. I would love to have a chat to you and talk about your car and just give you a hug or a handshake or a thank you or whatever it could be, just to say thanks for just thinking of me. And I hope someone does the same for you, or vice versa. If I get the chance and something happens and you need a hand, I'm there to help. I hope this sort of filled in what happened. I am pretty devastated, and I will try and do my best to continue on the build and where I'm going with everything. And you guys will get to see something pretty cool and unique at the end of this whole segment of the shed build series. There will be a lot more coming up, but that's for you guys, future you guys, to see. I don't know. I guess that's my spiel, yeah? I'm just a guy that builds stuff in his shed. I don't know everything. I'm learning as I'm going. I can't say that I know everything. I just give it a shot, give it a red hot crack, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, it doesn't. I'll learn from there and I can go again. So I hope you guys take something from this, and I hope that I get to see you, or whoever it is that's currently watching this behind screens, gets an understanding of taking precautions is always a little bit better than just gun-hoing into it. Till next time, guys and girls, I hope you understand this one and it never happens to you. From myself, Spike, and Flick You, we'll be continuing on, and we'll see you soon. Mic, huh? Oi. Oh shit. I'm using a mic for once, so hi Spike. Oh, where the fuck can I put it? I want to try and make it so it looks inconspicuous. As you can see, Spike has found a lid. This is a lid off my Passiona can of drink or bottle of drink. So he's real fixated on bottles, as you can see. If I move it side to side, he wants to get it.